You are watching Seven Rivers Sports here on KQEG. I'm your host, Terry Erickson. Each week, an inside look into sports, wellness, fitness, introduce you to some guests throughout the Cooley region. Today, the spotlight shines brightly on Holman Track and Field. Our guests today, with medals around their neck, Adam Johnson, Eric Zmolek. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Well, it says in the Lacrosse Tribune, proving they belong. I don't know if you saw that in Sunday's paper, but the 4x1 state champs on the set today. Have you come down from that podium, from that emotional high yet? Have you, Aaron?
I haven't. I honestly, I still can't believe that happened, because going into the state meet, to be honest, for the 4x1, I didn't expect to be champs. Coming in ranked 18th to state, and it's just the most incredible feeling that I probably ever have.
Adam Johnson, it said in the paper, stepping out of the big city shadows. Now everyone knows Holman, Wisconsin, the best in the state in the 4x1. It must have been unbelievable for you and your family.
I couldn't believe it. My whole family was crying that day because I was coming off from a hamstring injury. I didn't even know if I was going to be running in state. I wasn't very confident coming in because back-to-back racing. I got to race prelims, and then the next day I got to race again. I usually get a rest in between meets because of my hamstring, but we did it. We went out there and we won state.
You know, I read the article, but then I also knew in advance of the state meet that you had injuries. Mm-hmm. And I think as you share those injuries, it's a lesson for young people in terms of resilience and perseverance and maybe even the mental aspect to overcoming some setbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Share that.
I strained my hamstring about a week before conference, and my mental state was just, I'm done for the year. I'm not going to be able to run conference. I'm not going to be good for regional sectionals. Not going to be able to run state. But as the next couple of weeks passed by, I started getting a little better. I was like, all right. Ryan, our school trainer, started getting me back slowly, and I was starting to get more confident, and ran prelims and felt good for the next day and went out there, went after it, never gave up.
Here's what the coaches said about your relay team. You two and Seth Wilson and Seth Holden, they ran a perfect race, the best relay team in the state of Wisconsin. They earned it, they seized it, they achieved it, and your coaches say, well done, great athletes, better men, tremendous accomplishment. You have been blessed with great coaches, several coaches, including your strength coach, as part of the track and field program. Talk about that, Aaron.
Well, without Ray Martinez, this wouldn't be possible. Like he got our game plan down. He got this perfect steps. Just everything was just perfect about his game plan. He's probably one of the smartest guys I've ever met when it comes to athletics and everything. And without Coach Martinez, we would be champions.
Well, not only Coach Martinez, your strength coach, your head coach, a lot of support with the coaching staff. And I'm sure you have fond feelings of those other coaches, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, everybody just was the support system and just all their knowledge they brought to the team. I wouldn't have asked for any better coaches to have around us and teaching us the sport of track and field. And
they've helped you get through injuries too, Adam.
Oh, yes. They helped me every single day. I was in the trainer's room. They walked in there every day just to make sure how I was doing, if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, helped me out with everything. It was great.
Here's Coach Ray Martinez says this about Adam Johnson. Adam was the most improved sprinter we had this year. He's getting faster each and every day, each and every week. After the injury, he dedicated himself to becoming healthy. From an alternate his freshman year to state champs in his final race. A ferocious competitor. That's what he said about Adam Johnson.
I remember freshman year like it was yesterday too, just watching these guys go out there and took podium in that 4x1, and I knew I just wanted to be on it so bad. And now I'm out there senior year with Aaron, who ran in that freshman year, and now we're winning this thing. Like, it's a dream come true. It's amazing.
Aaron Zmolek. Aaron became a master sprinter, says Coach Ray Martinez. He was harder on himself than anyone could be from the outside. Extremely coachable, and he was selfless, but also demanded much from his teammates as well. A leader is what he says. He leaves Logan High School, or Holman High School, as the only athlete to medal in the 200 in a long while and to run in the state finals. Exciting state champion. Amazing is what he says about Holman High School star Aaron Zmolek. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's hard to believe that, like, I've never had anyone like think like that of me, like, oh, I'm a champion. Like, I mean, it's just a blessing to like have that support from Coach and Ray, and it's just amazing how the support from like everybody, like, because without any of the fans, the coaching, and my teammates here, and it just wouldn't be. I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't have placed in the 200. We wouldn't have been champions in the 4x1.
Let's break down that 4x1. Let's break it down from the terms of each of the four of you. Your handoff, your mechanics, your approach, your strategy. Let's start with you. Talk a little bit about, so those that kind of look at the race and don't really understand the difficulties. Talk a little bit about some of those things, Adam.
I would have to say the 4x1 meter relay has the hardest handoffs in track. Like, everything has to be perfect. You leave late, you don't get the handoff through. You leave early, you don't get the handoff through. It's very intense, looking behind you and seeing Seth Wilson coming in as fast as he possibly can, and I have to leave on my mark, and he has to get that baton in my hand perfectly. It's pretty hard, but without Coach Ray Martinez and all those other coaches, I don't think it'd be possible to get those handoffs through. But Seth Wilson and Seth Holden, hands down, are very smart when it comes to track and field, and they got those handoffs down. Me and Aaron, I've been handing off to him for a couple years now, and every single time it's just smooth handoffs. But it's very difficult. You have to practice and work hard on those handoffs and get them down. You can't just go out there and expect to get it.
How about, Aaron, how about the running style and the strategy? Talk about that.
Well, once you get that baton, you have to run relaxed. If you tense up, you slow down all the time. 100% of the time, if you tense up, you will not be fast. So everybody on the relay had to run relaxed in order to be as fast as we possibly can.
Was it difficult for you? You were in the finals of the 100. You placed 6th in the 200. So you had an eventful day. Getting up and getting at your very best for all those races, how challenging was that?
It was actually very challenging. I remember waking up after the prelim day, and I was like, wow, I'm sore. Like, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a battle, but all I got to do is just go, try to be the best I can, and it turned out to be pretty great for the 4x1 in that aspect.
I know you both had a tremendous amount of support, not only from your teammates and from your coaches, but from your family. And we talked earlier about that being a high point in your life. Certainly, you seized the moment. But family support must have been part of it, too, that got you to that level. Aaron?
Yeah, I mean, my dad, he loves track and field. I mean, if you go on his Facebook, you'll see everywhere. He'll be posting every single day about about me running track and my teammates running track. And, like, the support is just incredible from him. And it's just so cool to have someone that cares about me that much go and support me every track meet and every day.
Yeah, when I talk to him, it's all I hear about is you and track and field. And of course, we're talking about Bruce Zmolek, the Firefighters Credit Union president. I think everybody knows who that is. Someday maybe you'll be president of firefighters.
We'll see about that. So if he gives me a job, maybe, but I don't know.
Right now, you have other things you need to accomplish before you can get to that level. But Adam, too, I know we talked before we went on the air about your family and how much that means to you from an emotional standpoint to have that support.
Yeah, they're there every track meet, yelling at me, supporting me, and especially after this injury, they still supported me. They wanted me to get back out there and get back running, and they were so happy to see me run after state that my whole family was crying and just giving me hugs, and it was an awesome time. I was glad to go out there and win a championship for my last race.
The mental aspect of competing and excelling and getting to the top of your potential. What are some suggestions or some thoughts you have about the mental aspect?
Well, sometimes you're going to go out there and you're not going to run the best race, and you're going to be down on yourself. But you can't be down on yourself. You have to just be confident every race. Like if you're running the 100 and you have a 200 next and you run a bad 100, you just got to block that out and just be mentally prepared for that next race coming up. And you have to be just be confident in what your capabilities and what you're able to do. And that's just the key to success.
Many people break down, Adam, the mental aspect. The mental is to the physical as 4 is to 1. 4 times more important mentally to be prepared, get all the distractions out of your mind, focus, than perhaps even the physical aspect. And of course, you're a testament to that, the mental aspect of overcoming injuries. But take us through a preparation for event day, for race day for you.
Well, coming into track meets, it's on the bus ride up, coach is passing out heat sheets of seedings and looking at where you're at. And that's when I always start to get the butterflies. You get a couple athletes that are seated before you, but you got to keep your head in the game. Just like Ray Martinez always said right before we always run your race. Run your race, run relaxed, no matter who's faster than you, just block it out. Just run your race. It's all in your head, and if you got the mindset that I can do this, I can win this race, no one's faster than me, I'm going to win this race, you can win your race.
The last few years, of course, in the MVC, dominated by Logan Central and team scores and so on, but the last few years, Holman has emerged, particularly on the boys' side. What do you attribute that to, Aaron?
Those guys, I mean, for that to be possible, just hard work in the summer, off season, lifting, getting stronger. It's just the dedication to the off season that's really been key.
Some quality athletes too, though, Adam.
Yes.
I mean, and they're exemplified in other sports too. But the speed, for example, is something I've noticed.
Our coaching is getting much improved from freshman year till now. I feel like our coaching has just gone up tremendously. It's amazing what our coaches can do, and our lifting program is great. Everything's just over there. Just
So the
getting
whole
better and better.
package, the whole culture is there.
Yep.
So, well, we're going to talk more about Holman High School track and field right after this.